Good morning and welcome to Religion. This seems a little bit better than doing it in July, so let's take care of it today. Thank you for taking a look at the video. Let's discuss very briefly of what will be due on Monday by 11:59 p.m. If there's any individual listening who does not plan to put in their full effort, there's going to be some issues. We do have meetings. We are evaluating how this is working. So if this doesn't work, we'll be discussing this. Let's prove it that it does work. Let's make it easy. You can listen to the video and be having your breakfast, and I don't know. That's fine. That seems great, but do your work. So let me take a look. I'm going to share the screen so you can see how this is working. So right now what I have for you is the following is my screen. And here's what is due by Monday at 11:59 p.m. Let's be clear. This is not your usual conclusion. This is not your usual conclusion. Your conclusion, let's take a look. Your conclusion can and should be a clear personal connection. No new information is allowed. No new information is allowed. No new information is allowed. Thank you. Have a deep personal connection. Here you go. Begin with your restated thesis. Do you remember right now? You should pause the video and open your outline. Take the restated thesis, copy and paste it. Do that right now. Put in the paper. Pause the video. No citations are needed. Many of you will be jumping for joy at the moment. Maybe have some more snacks and celebration. No new citations are needed because there's no new information. Step 3, what qualities that you admire about your saints could you imitate throughout your life? Provide at least one, and if it's one, it has to be in great detail, or 2 detailed examples on how you could be more like your saint in your life. How can you be more like that individual in your life? Then 3 reasons why you chose the saint's name. You might say, Mr. Ray, I'm not receiving the sacrament of confirmation. I just chose this for the project. Okay, so you chose it for the project. Provide 3 reasons why you chose the saint's name. Just don't say in it, I chose it for the project, that you show these Father Gannon to CCD and other individuals. Just say the 3 reasons why you were inspired by the saint's name is. Then end your essay with a concluding sentence. All this on Google Classroom, 20-point quiz grade, submit on time. Let's pull up one from an old friend of ours who you may appreciate. Again, it's not perfect. None of these are perfect, but this will work. So what our friend did last year was the following. She went ahead, restated, you can see here, her thesis. This is her thesis, slightly reworded. But look at how she wrote that. So she begins with the slightly reworded thesis. Then she continues. How St. Clare is a perfect example of what we should try to do and follow. Okay, we should try to do and follow the Lord in his teachings. She explains how St. Clare never failed God. And here she begins to tie it in personally. Not many people would do this for anyone, even Lord. They would do this because the more money or expensive item someone has, the quote-unquote better they are in their eyes, and the eyes of others. See, make sure you double check spelling everything before you submit it. They would choose material items that give them temporary happiness. So she's talking about how sometimes individuals look for that happiness through material items. And then she begins to tell us she admires St. Clare a lot. She's fearless, kind, and very selfless. She connects to how she wants to be a good person here on earth. She connects to how individuals here on earth sometimes will go ahead and brag a little bit, like they're better, showing off. She ties in here very deeply how St. Clare gave everything up for the Lord and did the exact opposite of what she's seen a lot of Ariana has seen a lot of individuals do in the present day. So she ties in very deeply with that. I pulled this one up because it's good, but it needs to have a little deeper connection to herself. You can take a look at Maria's as well in the folder. It has a little bit more of a personal connection. But what Ariana did here is she went very, very deeply into material items and how they impact the lives of individuals and the sense of how they may show off or treat others, and how St. Clair was the opposite. So it's slightly a little repetitive, so I pulled this one up so you can see this. It's a great way to have one example, but you want to connect to it personally. You want to connect to it personally, and she does here, and you want to have a little bit deeper though of a personal connection. Eventually you'll realize that here you have that personal connection. Here you have that personal connection. So all of this, right? All of this was leading into the personal connection. So it continues. Literally 2 pages of connecting the same. And then you have her personal connection. But just when you thought it wasn't there, it actually is. So there you have her personal connection. Then she has this process that I want you to do. Okay? Here's the process I want you to do. First, I chose the name, or this name is St. Clair. Was a very strong individual who always helped many for their trust in God. One reason why she chose the name. There's her personal connection. Remember, she has it here, but I would have liked to see it much more deeper earlier on with the material item connection. So she continues for several sentences. Another reason why I chose St. Clair was because she was completely devoted to God. She backs it up with at least 3 to 5 sentences. The third reason I chose St. Clair was because she was very selfless. She backs it up with at least 3 sentences. And there's your concluding sentence. So, let's review. Monday, 11:59 p.m. Slightly reworded thesis on the topic of conclusion. No new information, no citations, please. Citations are just going to be annoying. They don't need to be there. It's the personal connection, not new information. What qualities do you admire about your saint? How can you imitate them in your life? Remember, I showed you the example. She provides a great detail on how St. Clair did. I'd like a little bit more on how you can. Provide 3 reasons why you chose the saint name. Explain those 3 reasons. I would say here 3 to 5 sentences. That would be really how I would ideal. And your essay would have been sentences. I do have to record in today, so I will not be able to make edits on the first 3 paragraphs or the first 4 paragraphs, I would say. We're going to go ahead and get those by the end of the day. You don't need to make those edits yet. You're focused all the way through Monday. Spend a lot of time. Stay focused. Let me know if you have a question. Until next time.